Welcome back here to Mighty Mech on YouTube. Once again, if you guys like the content to provide, then be sure to subscribe today to the channel so you don't miss any of the upcoming content. We're going to be live here at the NHRA Fall Nationals here at the Texas Motorplex. We will also be live in Pomona for the NHRA Finals, and we will be covering the Ford Performance Nationals in Las Vegas from home. So if you want to know what's going on in the nature world, then be sure to subscribe today to the channel so you don't miss any of the upcoming content. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Well, that was an interesting opening day of qualifying here for the NHRA Fall Nationals. This is my first time ever here at Texas Motorplex to cover the Stampede of Speed and the Fall Nationals. And while somebody in the past has told me that this event has surpassed the NHRA US Nationals as the most prestigious event on the calendar, while I heavily disagree with that statement, I can definitely understand where they're coming from. The promotion that the Texas Motorplex has done for this event, not only that, the production quality they have with the DJs they bring in, with the announcers they bring in, with the fact that they have LED lights that change colors on the starting line that also shoots flames at the top, and also bringing in rodeo clowns to shoot t-shirts into the crowd to entertain the fans. This is the event that every NHRA track should be taking notes from if they want to try and grow their event to bring the fans back into the stands, so that way we can finally stop hearing about why NHRA is dying, why it's past its prime, even though we're in a golden era of NHRA right now. But they always look at the stands and say, no, it's not. Well, if they want to get the fans back in the stands, take notes from this event, because this is how you put on a show to entertain the casual fans. And because of that, they're rewarded with probably one of the most interesting qualifying rounds that we have seen all season long. We saw the fastest run of the season in a funny car, the fastest in 7 years, 8th, I believe, all time on the fastest runs in funny car history. We also saw some major runs from the likes of Dale Creasy Jr. and Dave Richards, who both had career best ETs, as well as Blake Alexander. On the flip side, there are some major names that are missing from the qualifying list for Sunday's event, and with how bad the heat is going to be on Saturday, this run was crucial to a lot of teams to try and make the field for Sunday and put themselves in a good position to make it through the ladder to try and win this event. And why I'm standing behind this pin in particular, well, you're gonna have to look at the ladder and see exactly why I am, because man, oh man, is tomorrow going to be crucial for some of these drivers' championship hunts. But however, on the flip side of this, the big story of the day is going to be what happened to Eric Latino during his Q2 run. If you missed what happened, Eric Latino was sitting in the right lane. As he hit the throttle and got off the line, the car began to shoot left towards the center lane. He tried to veer right to get it back into the groove, but before he had time to react, the car snapped, ended up on its side, slammed into the right lane wall, and ended up skidding down the track on its roof in a ball of flames. Eric Latino would end up climbing out of the car and walk away from it, and the NHRA would later release a statement about the incident. The statement read as following: during the second round of Pro Stock qualifying on Friday at the Texas NHRA Fall Nationals at Texas Motorplex, Eric Latino crossed the center line and then struck the right wall, with the car flipping on its top before coming to a stop. Latino was alert, exited the car under his own power, and was examined on-site by NHRA Chief Medical Officer Dr. Service before being released. Now, do I think Eric Latino is going to run on Sunday? I highly doubt it. I don't even know if he has a backup car. I know that Greg Anderson said in the media center that because of the fact that he went number one and took the $7,500 that he gets from the sit on the saddle deal they have here for Q2, that is going to go towards probably a down payment on a new chassis, because that car is absolutely totaled. I highly doubt Eric's going to be able to run on Sunday because of the fact I don't think they have a backup chassis available to go out there and run. He currently sits in the field qualified, I believe, 16th. But with how NHRA is, there are no fill-in spots. So even though we have 19 cars on the property, if nobody bumps out Eric Latino, then somebody is more than likely going to have a bye run in round one. How that's going to shake up, I have no clue, and we're going to have to see how that plays out come Sunday. But as for the rest of the field, here is how it shook up after the first two rounds of qualifying. Gaige Herrera once again take #1 qualifying honors here at the Texas Fall Nationals on Friday night. A 6.757 sees him on the #1 spot. Gianna Evaristo shocked the crowd with a 6.778 earlier in the session, running 201 miles an hour. Angie Smith would have to rely on her round 1 run as her bike would fail to start due to a faulty fuel pump. She would end up 3rd with a 6.801. John Hall round out 4th. Richard Gadsden, the Rookie of the Year contender, who was my pick to win Rookie of the Year due to the incredible season he's had for the Vance and Hines camp, ends up 5th with a 6.831. Behind him is the reigning Rookie of the Year winner, Chase Van Stam, with a 6.833. Hector Wright Jr. finished 7th. Mark Averson rounds out the top half. Chris Bostick would run out 9th with a 6.877. Matt Smith's bike would break towards the finish of his run. He would have to settle for 10th at an 8.95. Gino Scali sits 11th. Steve Johnson 12th. Ryan Ayler 13th. Malcolm Phillips Jr. making his debut for the season with a 7.020, rounds out 14th. Ron Torno occupies the last qualifying spot. In Pro Stock, Greg Anderson takes #1 honor, sweeping the top 2 sessions with a 6.524. Eric Enders, who broke during Q1, came into the session not qualified, runs a 5.26 to kick off the session, sits on the saddle for the entirety of Friday night, but gets bumped down the last run, has to settle for 2nd with a 5.26. David Quadro was surprising run in 3rd. Aaron Stanfield down in 4th. Dallas Glenn 5th. Jake Coughlin with a 6.553 and 6th. Matt Hartford 7th. Troy Coughlin Jr. rounds out in 8th. In 9th, Fernando Quadro Jr. with a 6.557. Camry Caruso came into Q2 not qualified. She bumps up to 10th with a 6.558. Drake Tucker rounds at 11th. Corey Reed 12th. Mason McGahey 13th. Christian Quadra 14th. Chris McGahey 15th. And Eric Latino in 16th. Derek Kramer making his return to the class after not appearing since Reading rounds out in 17th. Kenny Delco 18th. Derek Reese as well not qualified in 19th. Like I said at the beginning of the show, Austin Prock, #1 qualifier, dropped the jaws of everybody on the priority with a 3.813. Fastest run of the session, fastest run in 7 years, as well as the 8th fastest run in funny car history. Matt Hagan rounds out 2nd with an 8.23. Jack Beckman 3rd. Blake Alexander, who entered Q2 first, rounds out 4th. Ron Capps 5th. Daniel Wilkerson 6th. Cruz Pedregon 7th. And Paul Lee, making his first return since Indianapolis, rounds out the top half in 8th. Del Creasy Jr. with his fastest run of his career, 3.909, rounds out 9th. Alex DeJoria 10th. Bob Tasker 3rd, 11th. J.R. Top 12th. Dave Richards, the best run of his career, to 3.991, rounds out 13th. Bobby Bodie 14th. Chad Green 15th. Texas Terry Haddock rounds out the field in his 16th and making his return to the series since the Virginia Nationals. Not in the show, 17th. Jeff Deal 18th. Buddy Hall, and 19th. Chris King. Lastly, in top field, Brittany Force will complete the JFR sweep of the $15,000 bonus, taking home $30,000 to kick off the weekend. She rounds out #1 to 3.667. Sean Reed, another surprising run, at 3.676. Steve Torrance was outside of the field. He ends up 3rd. Sean Langdon entered 1st. He falls to 4th. Antron Brown 5th. Billy Torrance 6th. Clay Milliken rounds out 7th. Ida Zetterstrom ends up the top half. Tony Schumacher, your winner from back in St. Louis, rounds out 9th. Josh Hart in 10th. Justin Ashley, the big story, he only is going to run 1 round of qualifying this weekend, as he is going to be observing Yom Kippur. He's going to be back with his family and then return on Sunday to run the race. He had to rely on his Q1 run, and that's where he's going to sit for the remainder of qualifying with that run. At 3.778, rounds out 11th. Jasmine Salinas 12th. Krista Baldwin at 13th. Scott Palmer 14th. Spencer Hyde 15th. Cameron Ferre 16th. As for the drivers not in the show, these are where the big names show up. Tony Stewart, currently not in the show, with a 4.586. He currently sits on the outside looking in. Doug Kalitta, who did not qualify back at Indianapolis, he is not in the show, finding himself in the same position here at the Texas Motorplex. In a must-do situation to try and make the show, to have any shot of winning the championship. If he fails to qualify, you might as well count him out of the championship. He's going to have no chance of coming back from a mistake like this. And then Keeban Kinsley rounds out the field in 19th. Like always, we have highlights to show you courtesy of NHRA and Fox, and of course, comments from the drivers due to their media availabilities. Let's hear from them, and then we can look forward to Saturday afternoon.
Again, I know there's a session tomorrow, but these conditions are as good as it's going to get. Eric Latino, oh, hang on! Eric Latino is upside down and on fire. 6:55, Jerry Don Tucker, does not matter. Eric Latino went for a big ride on the top end of the track. The safety safari is rolling. That car made a move over towards the center line, and Eric Latino couldn't catch it before it moved back. We'll let the Mission Foods safety safari roll and get you an update as soon as I have one. Word from the top end, Eric Latino is out of the race car. Here's another look. Boy, that car was over a little bit. Made a big move to the center line and up and over before Eric could do anything about it. Big impact with the wall. Fuel tank out front of these machines. That's the fire. The flash fire is fuel.
Eric Latino has been seen by the medical team and released here at the track in Dallas. And are you okay? And what was your experience?
You know what? It was weird. The car was hooked on the track. It left 1, 2, 3, hit fourth. It was good. I hit fifth, and the car just moved to the left and got out of the groove. And after that, you're done. You just can't do much with it. So once the car started moving, you kind of let go of the wheels, feet off the pedals, and yeah, I come out fine. I mean, the adrenaline's still in you and everything else, but I don't feel sore. Everything moves, toes, ankles move, so I got lucky. The cars are real well built, and thanks Jerry Haas for building a real safe car. And I guess I may have to pick out the spare car for Las Vegas. I got to do something. Got to get back in that car. So yeah, it's disappointing. New car, supposed to be in the SEMA show this coming up. So anyway, we'll manage.
Here's Gaige Herrera. Does he have enough? He's 104.9 to 60 feet. 675. Gaige Herrera steals the $5,000 and the corral boots away from Gianna Evaristo. 675, 201. Vanson Hines to the top. Will she be evicted on the final run of Pro Stock? They both have a chance. Greg's got a good shot. Greg got there. 6:52, 4:208.99 by 2 thousandths of a second. Greg Anderson says, hey, Double E, I hope you enjoyed the ride, but it's time to get off. Greg Anderson takes HendrickCars.com to the #1 spot here on a Friday night. Alexis out of shape. 381, Austin Prock. Oh my. 333 miles per hour, and Austin Prock just took the air out of the Texas Motorplex. PBR Teams Championship next week in Las Vegas. Top fuel car right now in Dallas. Look at Brittany, 366. Look at the speed, 338 miles per hour. Brittany Force yards the field in ET and in speed. The second fastest run of the season in top fuel.
After the mistake at Brainerd that cost you a round win, you told yourself and everybody, never again is this going to happen. Since then, you guys found another gear. You had the incident in St. Louis. Is this kind of you finding another gear on top of that? Because you just go out here and slap the entire class in the field and show them who runs the class this year.
Yeah, I mean, we're always on kill, I would say, but we definitely know we have to be at our absolute best these last 3 races to try and wrap this deal up. We put a lot of hard work in this year, and we've done a lot of good, but like I've been saying the last few weeks, the job's not finished. 3 races, that's a long ways to go in this countdown.
You just talked about how having a qualifying run like that is a big confidence builder for you and your team. These last 2 seasons, like I said back at Indy, this isn't to the standard that you and your group have set for yourselves. How much does this run and the runs that you've had in the past, these few weekends, help you guys as you rebuild this program back to what you guys had 2 years ago?
If we when I head back to my pits right now, I know the guys are going to be pumped. I heard when they were in the tow car coming down to pick me up, they were screaming in the car, they were patting each other on the back, they were pumped about it, and that's what we are used to doing. We've done that for so many years, and we've been so successful, so to come into last season and this season and, not have that, and not be able to repeat that like we have in the past, it's been tough for us, but we've kept our confidence up. We've kept pushing. We all believe in this car. We all believe in each other, and it gets hard, weekend after weekend when you get beat. But still, at the end of the day, we push to be the best that we can, and to do that today, it's just it pumps us up for this weekend and the rest of this season. We're here in Texas, and we have 2 events after that, and we want to end up in a winner's circle. That is our ultimate goal, and we'd love to do it here. I've been in the winner's circle here a few times. Love to do it again this year.
So that is going to wrap up our content here for Friday night here at the Texas Fall Nationals. Do I think many drivers are going to improve going into Saturday? No, it's going to be very minuscule. For Tony Stewart and Doug Kalitta, the only place I can see them going is in the 15th and the 16th spot. I believe 14th on up with those 3 7s are going to be pretty safe going into Sunday. So it's going to be a must do or die situation for them to have any shot of making the field. It's going to be very, very interesting. I think at least one of them is going home. I would not be surprised if both of them go home. As always, if you guys like the content, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the upcoming content. Be sure to like and comment down below. Follow me on all social media pages as well as MightyMac03 on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And until Saturday night, this has been Mighty Mac. We'll see you next time.